Chicks on your APs, looking like weeds. Haven't seen
Cleveland, shout out. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the 1 a.m. podcast, man. I'm Rashad Milligan, joined here today by my co-host Jelani and Mo. Fellas, how are y'all doing this week?
I'm feeling good, bro. Shit, yeah, my bad. I thought you were gonna go, but yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Well, I'm feeling all right. Shoot, like I said, look, I was telling the guys earlier, I'm a little stuffy, man. I feel like my allergy getting to me, but overall, man, I'm feeling good, feeling renewed, man. You know, shoot, your boy got baptized last week, so big salute to Jesus, yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna shoot on that's on God. I ain't playing by my Lord and Savior. I'm on my job. If you ain't a Christian, I'm gonna stab you in the face. If it ain't about Jesus, I'm gonna hit you with this.
Shout out to Kirk Franklin.
Right.
Yo, shout out to
Close
Kirk Franklin shout out to Kirk Franklin after getting baptized is crazy though. If you did a post about getting baptized, you got this big old serious paragraph, and at the end you just tag Kirk Franklin. It's crazy. The real Kirk Franklin is crazy. But
do y'all remember Bobby Jones Gospel used to come on after
yeah, man.
BET Uncut?
I met Bobby Jones, bro. Like legendary.
Oh, for real?
Legendary, yeah, legendary.
Where was this at?
It was at one of them award shows, probably like probably Stellars is in Atlanta, so I've definitely met him there. But it was one BET Awards where he was sitting down. Remember that? You remember that video? You guys know the video I'm talking about? It was a couple years ago. And Sexy Red, this when Sexy Red, Pound Town just went viral. So it was like Sexy Red was popping, but she wasn't popping enough to get a performance at BET. She was just popping enough to get invited.
Oh, yeah. She was in the crowd.
So the DJ, they're playing music during the breaks, and they play Pound Town. And Sexy Red goes out in the aisle and starts twerking and performing Pound Town in the crowd. And everyone's like hyping her up. And Bobby Jones is sitting on the end of the row just looking at her like uncomfortable, kind of like you're in my space, and then also like disappointed that she's doing what she was doing.
That's what BET is all about. That's real black entertainment right there.
I feel like BET's gospel portion has definitely like just shrunk more as the years going on. Like I remember as a kid with BET Awards, it'd be like all the quote unquote fun stuff, and then it'll be like the one Christian, the one gospel portion of the show, and everybody would complain about it every year. They'd be like, "Oh, time for the gospel part," or they'd be like, "I turn every year on the gospel part of the BET Awards," and now I don't even feel like there is a gospel portion of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and lie like I be sitting and tuning in to the award show, but I definitely cannot remember the last time I've seen a gospel portion there. That's the problem with the world, bro. You know, they trying to take God, away from everything, man.
You going with the right wing rhetoric?
Yeah, bro. Tell you we need to put Jesus back into these schools, man.
Hey, there it is, man. MAGA Mo in the building.
MAGA Mo is crazy. Who are like for this era though? Who are like the popping gospel acts like that?
So the last act that I remember there was gospel that performed at the BET Awards was a couple years ago. It was Kirk Franklin performing with Maverick City. Because Kirk Franklin and Magic City at the time were touring, and Magic City is like the biggest thing. They're a little more contemporary. Well, what did I say?
Magic.
I said Magic City.
I'm about to say if there was a gospel group called Magic City, that would be crazy.
I said Magic City. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure you said Magic City. Yeah.
I'm not. That's crazy. My bad, Maverick City. Ooh, I did say it.
That's a big difference right there.
Oh man, but yeah, they were the last ones to perform at BET Awards together, and then I guess the gospel part last year was Will Smith. he came out and performed with a gospel singer, I believe. No, or he just performed with Friday, and it was like, Will Smith kind of announcing his redemption tour after the slap and stuff like that. He did it at a award show, at a BET award show, where they'll let him perform because he's Will Smith. And yeah, that was kind of like a gospel song because I believe the lyrics were clean and it was a kind of upbeat, inspirational message behind it and things of that sort. So I guess they counted that as the gospel portion last year. But who's popping? It's a few folks, but it's like difficult to kind of pin down because it's not like, I don't think it's like how it was when we were kids. And I think a large part of that is just like radio.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Radio isn't a thing, because it's like, I think the artists were so big when we were kids, like Black famous, because I mean, you know what I'm saying? Your parents had radio. So it was like in a car, everybody parents, they either listening to Kiss 104.1 or 107.5, Magic 97.5, or they listening to the gospel station 102.5 in Atlanta. So it's like praise 102.5. So it's like, now that you don't have that anymore, like parents, like I know my mom, she loves Sirius radio. And I know other parents, they just go kind of regular Bluetooth or whatever the case might be and curate their own playlist, which is just usually listening to the same kind of playlist for years and years and years on end. Yeah, with that, it takes out like the gospel. So it's like the artists that are popping now, though, to answer your question, the newer artists, Corinne Hawthorne, Jonathan McReynolds, those are two for sure.
I like Hovey.
Who?
Hovey. Hulvey.
Oh yeah. Isn't he like a rapper though?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. So it's like more popping people for real, and gospel, quote unquote, are like the rappers. Like the rappers are bigger than the other. Like, what's his name? Dude that went on. He toured with Logic, the white rapper that rap fast.
That's like 57,000 white rappers. That's all they do.
I'm trying to think of his name. Right. His name is like Nathan or something like that. It's not Nathan. I know a Nate who was a white Christian rapper, and he was a cool dude and stuff like that. He went to West Georgia. I hope he's doing well. And I rapped one time in front of him, and he was like, "All right, brother, the way that you know that rap is for you is if you're on beat." I was ahead of my time. He didn't know. Let me see Logic tour MSG and see if I could see a lineup, because it was when he sold out MSG, and I think he had, who did he have on the tour? I want to say Kyle, but it wasn't Kyle. It might have been Kyle. Let me see if I can find this, man, because now I'm obsessed with finding who it was that he was on tour with. NF is his name. I'm so glad I found it. And Kyle was on the tour. I'm so glad I found this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So NF is like huge. NF is huge. NF, Miles Minnick is pretty big. There's a couple of guys that are just like really popping in the gospel space and stuff like that. Obviously, Lecrae has always, but I wouldn't consider Lecrae this generation. I think Lecrae is probably like more late 2000. So yeah, to answer your question, those are the popping artists now.
Yeah, we gotta start playing. We gotta start playing like Mary, stuff like that for the TikTok generation.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that was 20 years ago.
No, that is crazy to think about. That was. But that, like to your point about the radio being a part of it, because they definitely used to play. Like, even if it wasn't, I know V103 for sure, maybe not 107.9 like that, but V103 used to play all those. If it was a black gospel record that was popping, like We Fall Down, But We Get Up, like songs like that, like they definitely would play that.
Oh, no, you know, everybody, including the club, still play the Never. Hold on. Never.
All those songs. Yeah, if it was popping in a black church, the R&B stations used to play it.
Stomp definitely gets played in the club still to this day.
Yeah, facts.
It's one of those kind of like I feel
I,
like
I don't know if that's a good thing.
no, that's what I'm saying. To me, it's kind of annoying, bro. It's like how Poison, you know what I'm saying? They're like, let's take it back. I'm like, dang, is there like they play Poison, Candy Rain, and Can We Talk and be like, let's take it
Bro.
back. I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
gosh, see, do y'all know one more old song? Like just one more. Like, can we get 4 or 5? Can we get yeah, I'll take Return of the Mac. I know Wiz Khalifa went on a whole rant about Return on the Mac recently, but like, can y'all at least play Return of the Mac in the club? I don't know, something different than those 3 songs when y'all be like, let's take it back. Y'all don't know nothing about this. It's like everybody does
Right.
because you play it every single week.
I never want to hear Poison again for as long as I live. And it's a great song. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, bro, I'm good, man. I'm all the way poisoned out.
Right. No, I
Poison
feel you
out.
on that. Yeah,
Poison.
I feel-
My bad.
I will say though, Can We Talk is still my jam. I can't. I love when that come on at the club. I ain't gonna never get tired of that one.
Can we get Pretty Brown Eyes?
Okay, that would be solid.
And you know what's getting there? You know what song is getting to that point, fellas? I'll say it
Yeah.
because I loved the song when it first came out. I was like, this song is really good. And I felt like it was popping back then, but it didn't get the love that it deserved. And now it's getting the love that it deserves, but now it's overplayed. I bet you guys can guess just based off that description.
You gotta be a little bit more specific. I feel like it's gonna be obvious when you say it.
Mo, you got a guess? You said no?
Nah.
All right, and Jelani doesn't have a guess.
I'm trying to think. That's just now. Yeah, I don't know.
Keisha Cole Love, bro. It's getting to that point.
Yeah.
It's getting to that point, bro. It's getting to that point, bro.
See, that's I don't know. I feel like it's not as overexposed as the other ones.
It's getting there. The last 2-3 years, Keisha Cole's Love has been one of them joints where they like, we playing this at every single thing. I'm like, I get it. I got it. I get it.
And so everybody be singing it too, like they were just like the biggest Keisha Cole fan. Like I'm like, come on, like
that is
it's
really because
it's a good song. Like don't get me wrong, but I'm like, this song was not in rotation like that until
that's
TikTok.
what I'm saying.
I don't know. I might have to stand up for Keisha. I feel like that song was so I ain't gonna say it wasn't as big as what was the first one she had? I Should Have Cheated. That was a big song. The song with Missy Elliott, that was a big song too.
The Diddy song.
Which one? Keisha Cole?
Last
Night? Oh yeah, no, that was an amazing
affection.
song.
That song was better than Love back in 2006. I'm feeling like a child.
That was a great song.
Okay,
yeah,
Jelani, for maybe you can, but the realization is, it's like most people can't sing none of these songs word for word. If you turn on Love by Keisha Cole, people in the club singing that word for word like it's their favorite song. Like they just be at the crib just vibing to it. And it's like, you not really, it's just like you heard it on TikTok and then you learned it so that you could do the TikTok. And I'm not saying it's a bad song, but it's just like people, I'm telling you, like you be seeing everybody in the club, like I be like, bruh, like this song was not going this crazy, bruh. Like even when the song came out, people wasn't singing it like this. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck.
It aged. I think it aged very well, though. I think that might be a part of why it became like later on why it started to go viral, because I don't know, it was a hit at the time, but it wasn't. You're right. It wasn't. I don't think it went as viral back then as it did now. As far as like, I don't know. We wasn't in the club in 2006, so I don't know if people were singing it, but I'm pretty sure that it wasn't the same way it is now.
I gotta go off like what the DJ mixes were playing on the radio at night and on the weekends. Like
literally,
that's like how I determined what was popping in the club and stuff like that. And it was usually like a 2-step. Man, rest in peace, DJ. Oh gosh, we losing all our legends, bro. For sure.
Yeah, that's why. Rest in peace to DJ Unk, man.
But yeah, like the little Andre 3000 remix on Walk It Out, like it was like them two songs, and then Jeezy for sure had it on lock. I'm trying to think who else back in like 2000. Ti for sure in 2006.
Ti was the biggest rapper. See, like people that wasn't there, they gonna think that I'm like just making this up or exaggerating. Like Ti was in 2006. You gotta think this is when ATL came out, and the King album came out that same year. Ti was the biggest rapper on earth around that time.
Facts.
That man had the. And he came out with them horns like that. And then he came out with the horns. Man, come on. All right, Mo. I was about to say, Mo, if you was going with the break, bro, I would have been like, all right, bro, come on, bro. What are we doing now? But yeah, man. Keisha Cole Love, I like the song. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna sing it too. Like I'm gonna at least bow my head to it. It's just like Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk? I still like the song. When I hear it, I'm gonna still like bow my head like this was such a good song. But like, come on. It's almost like, right? Say we. And I talk about this song all the time, especially when it was like first popping. I was telling Mo about it, and Mo was like, yeah, it's a good song. But We from Jeremiah, like, imagine if We from Jeremiah in 10 years becomes like the biggest hit ever. And we like, all right, bro, it was popping back then, but it won't know what it's doing right now. Like, I feel like I feel the same way in 10 years if everybody like, if we, I'm like, all right, bro.
But there is gonna be one of those songs from this era that we don't think about that like 10, 15 years from now it's gonna be like yeah, it's always random how that ended up happening. I'm trying to think of a song that
Dreams and Nightmares.
See, yeah, Dreams and Nightmares, that was definitely a slow burn. Because I remember when it first came out, it was, if you was like a real rap fan around that time, you knew about it. Like you knew that song was, because I remember it being a buzz. Like, yo, the intro and that new Meek album is crazy. But it wasn't until a few years later when it became like everybody knows this word for word.
Facts.
Mo, we was at a party, a house party, and we was with I want to say his name, but like I felt like since we didn't say his name in other episodes, I just won't say his name. All right, so Lauren LaRosa's brother. So like, he from Philly. They from Delaware, Philly. They up there. And so like Meek is like him, Meek Mill. So it's like, but we down in the South. So it's like we just chilling and whatnot. And then that came on in the house party. And bro, when I say he was rapping them words word for word so passionately, nobody else was. Everybody else was like, they was like, you know what I'm saying? They was turning up, but they weren't singing all the words. Like he was like, when I got the Royal Road, they thought it was Lee's. Like he was like, and everybody else was just like, so it was just like to see it from that point, that was probably summer 2014 or summer 2013, 2012. To see it go from there,
to
like what it became, where it was like white people singing it, like white people in Eagles jerseys singing it, like it was, I don't know, it's wild for sure.
Yeah, that song came out like my bad, Ron.
I was just gonna say I think that song word for word now too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Lil Baby freestyle.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy performing at the Grammys when he did that the hip hop 50 tribute.
It's one of the biggest songs in hip hop now. It's one of them songs.
Yeah, no, it is. But I think when it first came out, it took Lil Baby thing, like his buzz was interesting because he really like low key just came straight out the streets, and it was like I remember seeing this is like right after My Dog it just came out, and I remember seeing Julio Jones posted on Instagram, and I was like where did this dude come from? Because it just felt like out of nowhere everybody was talking about his music, but I didn't know that I didn't know his background yet at that point. So but yeah, no, that song Freestyle definitely, I feel like it took maybe like 6 months, a year and then at least in Atlanta or locally, it was like an instant classic almost.
Yeah. Shout out my label, that's me. I'm in there, BBTV.
Because it felt like March Madness from Future was automatic. Like it was like he dropped it and it was like automatically like this is Atlanta's national anthem. And then Freestyle came out. And then I think it was probably I know what it was that changed everything. Remember the video of the basketball team in the locker room and they were like holding their hands over their hearts and singing the song. And I think that's when it changed. That's when it went up. What'd you say?
I said I don't remember that.
All right, hold on. I gotta look this up now. Because
I remember when March Madness dropped, like I had been off of Future for a minute because like he was just doing all that singing and he was out in LA. It was just like he was doing all them songs with DJ Khaled, DJ Khaled, Chris Brown, and Nicki Minaj. They had like 5 songs that they kept remaking the same song over and over.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah.
Oh, you good. Now, I was just going to say, but I remember one of my homeboys was just like, bro, you heard March Madness? And I was like, nah. He was like, it's by Future. And I was like, man, at that time, at that point, I was kind of like, man, I don't know. I don't really want to listen to it. He was like, bro, I'm telling you, this song hard, bro. And yeah, I heard that song, and then it got me. I was like, okay, all right, I gotta tap back in. Cause I think at that point, cause that was on 56 and Nights. Yeah. But I don't know if 50. I think he might have dropped March Madness before he actually dropped 56 Nights, or maybe he didn't. I don't remember. But I remember though, like that made me. I was like, I had to. When 56 Nights came out, like, or around that time, I was like, I need to listen to this. And then I was just like, oh, okay, my boy Future back. And then I went back and listened to Monster and what was the other one? Radical?
Beast Mode. Beast Mode,
yeah. The song on there was called Radical. Yeah, but I think he had a song called Radical. I'm almost positive. But yeah, Beast Mode. Yeah, I had to go back and listen to Monster, Beast Mode, and then I was like, yeah, I'm back tapped in with the kid.
I should have kept it unmuted right then at the last point because like a truck or a bus just rolled down the street, bumping out like us, honking the horn like, hey! I was like, I heard earlier today. I heard Bounce, just a regular like random bounce song. Last weekend, I heard a Bounce remix to like Man in the Mirror.
Oh, isn't that's the one? That's not the one I sent you?
Oh, are you talking about the one with the dude rapping from the thing?
Nah, okay, nah. Remember girl did that. Remember I was like, I don't think the Michael Jackson estate approved this
approved one? This. Yeah, cleared the sample. Yeah, I remember. Okay. They was playing that. I didn't even connect the dots. Yeah. They was playing that. Yeah. But it's some folks in New Orleans now in Louisiana they putting out some stuff. When my boy E, he put me on the what's his name? Duty Savage. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. And then the kid J Pay came out with the song with Juvie this week. Man, look, bro. Man, New Orleans got.
You have to send them to me, bro.
I did. I've been posting them in the group. I just post them no context. I don't say nothing about it. I don't say Louisiana, check it out. I just drop them as I see them and stuff like that. But like, yeah, it's they got.
I do remember you. I knew that Duty Savage. My bad. I was gonna say the Duty Savage. I remember you posting that one. That's why I was just thinking. I was like, that name sounds familiar. But yeah, I do remember you posting that one.
Yeah. Because when I moved down here, it was just like the only new person I knew was Icy. You know what I'm saying? 504 Icy Girl. Shout out 504 Icy Girl. But it's like now they got people that do stuff other than bounce. You know, it's people that just like you kind of got like that Louisiana kind of street sound, like the Kevin Gates, Bottom Baby, young boy type sound too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they got some folks out here for sure. I was just looking for the scene because it ain't. I don't feel like it was as obvious as it is in Atlanta. But also, I grew up in Atlanta, so it's a bit different.
Facts.
My fault for the departure, guys. My stomach started sounding like a Metro Boomin beat. I had to dip out the crib.
You seen Shaq run to the bathroom, bro, in the middle of the episode?
Who?
Shaq.
Was he on Inside the NBA?
Yeah, he's on Inside the NBA, and he like ran across in the middle of a segment. And they said, dude, we're on the air." He said, "I gotta go. I gotta go."
It be like that. You seen? You remember a few years ago when Lamar Jackson, when he had to dip in the middle of the game.
Hey, like you say, bro. Hey, gotta handle business, man. How y'all feel about the whole John Morant thing when they put the camera on him and he did this, and then they just switched the angle? How'd y'all feel about that?
It's funny. I mean, I didn't think it was. I don't know what he was. You can't like. That's like that would be like rest in peace. That would be like if Kobe Bryant was injured, like sitting courtside at a Lakers game, like trying to block the camera. Like, bro, you Kobe. Like, they gonna put the camera on you. You know what I mean? You job like you just started a team, even though you hurt right now. But obviously they're gonna be putting the camera on you. You know what I mean? So that's funny though.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It was for the listeners. Yeah, like John Moran was sitting down. The cameraman comes up to him. He puts his hand in like the camera to try to get it blocked, but they had like an overhead camera, so they literally just switched the view, and he was just sitting there looking. Yeah, here's the video. After a while, he just realized like I'm just putting my hand down. Let's just. Did y'all talk about Shador while I was in the bathroom?
No, we didn't. We didn't, man. We really just talked. We were talking about March Madness. That's what we were talking about.
The song.
Because Maurice said at the time he was off Future because Future was on a lot of singing stuff, and so like someone was like, "Yo, this is hard. You got to check it out." And he was like, "What time that came out?" He said the time of 56 Nights. I forgot the other one he said, and he said, "What's the other one?" And I said, "Beast Mode." He said, "Oh yeah, Beast Mode." And then, so yeah, we was just really talking about that era and how March Madness came popping. But I felt like March Madness was popping out the gate. Like as soon as it dropped, it became like what it was.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember Mo was kind of right though, because I remember after I was a huge Future fan, like 2011 to like 2013, and then he had the album. Remember, he had the song with Yerr, "Award Me a Trophy." That album right there, Honest.
Yeah.
The song "Honest" was cool. "Move That Dope" was cool, but I didn't really like the album. Honest, like it wasn't really. That's probably. I don't think I went back and listened to the album since it came out. But then he put out Monster that fall of 2014. And then he put out Beast Mode right after that, and then he put out 56 Nights. And then after that, a few months later, DS2 came out. But he definitely had like a little dry spell when the Honest album came out, when I wasn't really rocking with him like that.
For me, as I was telling Rashad, it's like he was doing all those songs with DJ Khaled. Like, I don't know if y'all remember that era where it was like DJ Khaled, Future, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown. And it was just like they just kept pushing songs out back to back to back. I was just like, bruh, I am over this.
I'll hold you down.
That's the exact first song I thought about when he said that.
I don't know what's gonna hold you down.
DJ Khaled.
It was that one. It was she got that $1 million. It was that. Of course. I mean, I think it was just Ace Hood, but Ace Hood, Bugatti. Yeah, no, they definitely had a run.
Nah, you crediting Ace Hood's Bugatti to Future is hilarious.
I mean, that really, if we being real, like
that is Future song. That is Future song.
Because nobody here could really tell me a single line Ace Hood said on that song. No disrespect to him, but
Get your AK. Let me see you shoot that. You go.
that was at
You just had to be outside. I'm sorry, the kids don't know.
yeah, I remember the first time I heard that.
I
at a
think
party.
that's
crazy.
one of Future's most I think that's like his most one of underrated songs. Because I feel like nobody ever talks about that. Nobody really plays that song no more.
It's because it cusses too much, or the name of the song is a cuss word. I think that's why, honestly.
Well, that and a lot of these Future fans didn't start listening to Future till like after 2015.
Facts.
Which AK? Let me shoot that. Oh man. Oh,
I know that was that was a Rich Homie diss track.
It
I didn't know
was.
that.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
Rest in peace, Rich Homie.
Yeah, cause you remember they were beefing, cause when Future really started popping off, Rich Homie was in jail, and then Rich Homie got out, and then when Rich Homie first came out, everybody was like, he sounded like Future, and
I remember that.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm with you.
yeah, and then Future was like, nah, and Rich Homie was like, bruh, like he didn't. Took my whole sound while I was in jail. Like, that's the only reason he popping right now, this, that, and the other. And yeah, Future went ahead and turned up.
That was a thing when when Rich Homie first started to pop off. I remember seeing those comparisons as far as them sounding alike. And they never really, I don't know, they never really sounded too similar to me though.
I hear what people were saying, especially when Rich Homie first came out, because like his accent, it's like so thick. So it's like when you Southern and you got a thick Southern accent and you sing, I think you just bound to sound like the next person with the thick Southern accent that sings. But yeah, man, rest in peace, Rich Homie. I think you can never take away. I will never stop going in. I promise I'll never stop going in from Rich Homie. Like, I felt like he made that. Rest in peace, Rich Homie. But I was like, bro, like, you get in my book forever after a tape like that.
Facts.
I mean, from like 2013 to like 2015, he's one of the hottest rappers in rap. Like I mean, when you look at what he did it wasn't like a long run, but like the impact that he had, the amount of hits, the features that he did for other people, like he definitely maximized and made the most of his run while he had it.
Look, Lil Dicky still hasn't said rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan.
Did they have an issue with each other?
No, it's just something I'm noticing, because it's like that was your biggest hit before the Chris Brown joint, and it's like,
I didn't even know they had a song together.
What? You tripping, Jelani?
I've never purposely listened to a Lil Dicky song.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, Save That Money. It was a big hit.
Okay.
With Fetty Wap.
I probably heard it. I was.
We gonna save that money.
I'm pretty sure I heard it before.
And then Rich Homie comment, that's what it got. And then in the middle of the verse, he cuts him off and he says, a full verse would have been too expensive anyways. And he made the video for free. And so he like even rented the video camera, said they filmed it on, like it was the whole thing. But yeah, man, Young Doug also didn't say rest in peace, Rich Homie. GQ asked him about Rich Homie, and he said, "Oh, he's just two bosses. We kind of doing our own thing. I was cool with going with it, but if he wasn't, then I guess that's just what he was on. I still don't know about the timing. I know, like they said, he's overdosed before, and they placed him on the couch before, and he slept on the kitchen floor before, and woke up and all that. I still don't know about that timing. They mentioned him in court on like a Monday, and on a Wednesday, he just magically pops up dead. Okay. But that's just me talking. I guess everybody just looked the other way, because it's like when it's King Slime, it's King Slime. But yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's like no conspiracy behind him overdosing. I think it was probably. I don't even want to speculate, but I think was it allegedly like a fentanyl or something like that.
Yeah, he OD'd.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's spooky out here, man. When it comes to them pills, bro, like people just be just casually popping them like it's still 2012. Like, bro, you gotta at least get like a tester or something. You know what I mean? Not to shame him or like I'm not. Yeah, I want to be clear. It's crazy that I just said that right after we talked about Rich Homie, but just in general, like to anybody that's popping pills, be safe out here, man. Like it ain't like I said, it ain't 2011. It's not the Molly era. Like it's it's real out here.
Facts.
100%. And also in the GQ interview, of course, he defended Drake with "Not Like Us," and he named his Atlanta. He said, "Do you feel like you one of the people that run Atlanta?" He said, "For sure." And he said, "Who else?" He said, "Me, Andre 3000, Future, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, Migos, T.I., and Gucci Mane." And literally, he felt like he went out of his way to say Andre 3000 instead of just Outkast. Like,
I was just about to say, bro.
yeah. You said Migos, but you can't just say Outkast. Like,
They gotta stop separating Outkast. Like, Big Boy was, for me personally, like they're on the same level of rapping ability to me. Big Boy and Andre.
the craziest part is a few years ago, Young Thug didn't even claim Andre 3000.
When was this?
I mean, go ahead.
Okay. He was on the T.I. interview, right? A few years ago, he was on T.I.'s podcast. And in the podcast, he said, I don't really think Atlanta when I think Andre 3000. Like, I don't really, Atlanta, Andre 3000. I don't really do that. Like, that was what he said. And then T.I. was like, nah, you can't do that. Andre 3000 is Atlanta. And, he's doing all that. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole, like, back and forth type of thing of, like, he didn't think Andre 3000 was Atlanta. But now I guess since, Andre 3000, my bad, Ma, I didn't mean to cut you off. But now since Andre 3000 came back with the flute and packed out, all his venues just playing the flute and he sees how big he is, I guess now he's like, okay, Andre 3000, one of them ones. It's like, in that case, why don't you say Gambino?
I mean, I rock with Gambino, but
Gambino put a Grammy in Young Thug's hands. Let's not forget. Before you, because I already see where this is going. Gambino put a Grammy in Young Thug's hands.
No, I mean, you could talk about like that. He could have appreciation for the man, but it's like if we talk about Atlanta rap goats, it's like Gambino's not an Atlanta rap goat. Like, I'm a Gambino fan, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hate on the man, but I'm just saying, like, realistically, like, it's a lot of people that can go on the list before Gambino as an Atlanta rap goat.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I'm a fan, definitely a fan, but I can't put him like. I'm trying to think where he would be. It's gonna sound crazy. If we're talking like all time Atlanta rappers, like he'd be probably in my list. He'd probably be somewhere in like the 25 to 30 range, all time. I don't feel like that's disrespectful. Like that's
not disrespectful. That's
exactly. Like,
yeah,
because his discography is short when it comes to just rapping.
Yeah, exactly. But it's hella Atlanta rappers though, so it's kind of like.
Like you got it when you talking about Lila Ali, Kila Ali, and the whole Freaknik era, and
like you go
Jermaine
back,
Dupri, and you talking about Chris Cross, and you talking about
you gotta have Chris Cross on there.
Killer Mike,
obviously T.I.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess let's do it then. Top
Rocco.
10 Atlanta rappers.
Top 10 Atlanta rappers all time. Jeez, are we going in order? Or are we just saying like top 10?
Let's go order because I feel like
Let's say
order
it's-
would be easier to keep like your 10.
Ooh, this is tough, bro. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna have to go like 1 through 10, just starting off. I'm gonna go. I was debating this for a long time, but I got Future number 1. Wait, hold on. Are we including groups?
Yeah. So Migos counts as 1, Outkast counts as 1.
Okay, so if we include groups, I'm going Outkast number 1. I got Future number 2. I got T.I. number 3. Number 4 is where it gets tough because I got to toss up between Gucci and Jeezy. I personally like Jeezy's music more than I like Gucci's music, so I'm gonna say Jeezy. But Gucci 5. Jeez, is where it gets tough. Oh man, I gotta put Goody Mob as a group. 6. Yeah. And these last 3 just gonna be based off like what I personally like. I'm gonna go 2 Chains. No, that's last 4 actually. 2 Chains. I feel like it's some obvious ones I'm missing right now. I'm gonna go Rocco.
All right, bro.
Why?
Okay.
Oh no, I'm tripping. Hold on, I gotta put Thug on there, bro. I'm bugging. I'm a Thug. Yeah, I gotta go Thug. That's 7. But I don't feel like Rocco is a crazy name for me to say though. I like Rocco.
Right. It's one name you ain't even say yet. That's why I'm like, all right, Rocco over.
It's probably a pretty obvious one too that I'm missing right now, and I can't believe that I'm missing him. What name am I missing, bro? Please tell me.
The name I was thinking when you said Rocco was Migos.
Oh yeah, if we're talking all time, yeah, you gotta put Migos 9. You put them there. 10th. It's too many, bro. It's too. I'm gonna put. I can't put the whole D4L because, oh man, yeah. I'm gonna say Shawty Low. For me, but yeah, I got Shawty Low on my 10. I got Shawty Low on my 10.
All right, go ahead, Mo. If you ready, hold on. Let me pull up the complex list.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Let me scroll down all the way to the bottom. When it's in the magic, when it's down the magic, ain't nothing like a Georgia girl. They got like 32 on this list. Ain't nothing like RP Bankroll Fresh. Yeah, they had Gambino 33. Big Gip. Left Eye. Okay, all right, my bad. Got distracted. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Playboy Cardi.
He's not in my top 10, but I mean, I do like his music though.
Ludacris?
Oh, wow. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Somebody got
Rocco over Ludacris?
Somebody got to come out the top 10 because Ludacris has to go in my top 10. Yeah, somebody, I don't know who, but somebody is getting taken out.
Rocco, I'll do it for you.
I don't know if I put Rocco in there. I think I might have left him out, but if I did include Rocco, then yeah, you could take him out and put Luda. Luda has to go in there.
It's not enough.
Who you got, Mo?
Right.
Are you studying the list?
Okay, you ready? No, I was ready.
Okay.
All right, so number 1, Outkast. Number 2, Future. So I agree with you on that one. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Outkast, Future. Then stop scrolling. I don't want to be influenced. Yeah, so there I'll put T.I. in there at number 3. From there, I would personally go, if we're just doing personal top 10s, I gotta go.
Oh, we're not doing
Rich Kids
personal
in
top 10s. We're not doing personal top 10s.
Oh.
So you're saying great. See, I did mine as like a mixture of both. It's like greatest and favorite. But
Yeah. Okay, well then I guess I can't go Rich Kids. Uh well shoot
I
then
think
yeah, I'll go
look,
Migos number 4.
but look, Domo. I think you could put Rich Kids at 10.
I mean, yeah, we'll progress there, but I just can't put them at number
So,
4.
so you say
Um
Migos at 4.
yeah. Then from there I'll go Jeezy, then I'll go Gucci, then I'll go Ludacris. Actually, I'll put Ludacris before Gucci. So Ludacris before Gucci. Then from there, I would put I will go with I'll say 2 Chainz. I'll put in 2 Chainz right there. Uh then I'll put Gunna. Actually, before 2 Chainz. Actually, okay. So before Jeezy, I'll put Young Thug. So yeah, so Young Thug up there. So yeah. Yeah, so and then I got one more spot left. Um then yeah, I'll put Rich Kids in 10. Did I put Gunna in there?
You did, and then I think you took him out to say Young Thug.
Then if that's the case, because I feel like Gunna. Okay, nah. Okay, I'll put Gunna at 10 and then take out Rich Kids.
All right. I'll go Outkast number 1. I'll go T.I. number 2. I'll go Future number 3. I'll go Migos number 4. I'll go Ludacris number 5. I'll go Jeezy number 6. See, this is where this gets difficult because it's like, would y'all say 21 or Baby got more hits than 2 Chainz?
I say personally, I would probably put 21.
But 2 Chainz, I think we all can agree 2 Chainz raps better than those guys. But Killer Mike raps better than a lot of these guys. Sci-Hi the Prince raps better than a lot of these guys. I wouldn't necessarily put him in the top 10 because it's like these other guys they just made better songs.
I don't know if I would say 2 Chainz raps better. I don't know if I would say 2 Chainz rap better than 21.
I'll 100% say that.
I think he raps better than 21 for sure. I mean, it's as far as who has more hits, that's a tough question though. I'm trying to think about. 2 Chainz has a lot of hits, but 21 on the low, if you like go through his, I'm sure if you go through like his Wikipedia, he probably has. Because I mean, I think it's been like 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. Yeah,
it's coming up on 10 years for Lil Baby too.
I'll say okay. So for that, I'll say 21, 7. I'll say, I guess for the sake of hits, Thug 8, Gucci 9, 2 Chainz 10. So that'll be my top 10 all time. But I mean, you have to shout out Goody Mob. What is Atlanta without a little bit of soul food? What is Atlanta without? See, I am free. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Development.
What is Atlanta without some of those groups? You know what I mean? So it was like,
I mean, yeah, no, they laid the groundwork. Like Jermaine Dupri,
Another Beautiful Creation, Crisscross.
Oh yeah. Kilo, all them.
Yeah, like it's difficult. So yeah, I mean, yeah, those are my top 10. I'll say. We can go through this list, scroll through real quick. because a lot of people had a problem with this list. With the New York-based company making the list about Atlanta, they had Ti 3, Gucci 4. The only reason why I had Gucci lower is just because it's like mainstream hits. Five.
Gucci got mainstream hits though.
No, but he don't have more mainstream hits than like 2 Chainz and Lil Baby and Young Thug, and he probably has as many as Young Thug. I say, I think they both have the same amount of mainstream hits.
It depends, yeah, what we consider mainstream. I mean,
Cause I consider mainstream from Young Thug Digits.
I don't know if Digits is mainstream.
Okay, I'll say.
If we talking mainstream from Thug, it would be like Lifestyle. It would be like,
Lifestyle for sure.
I would say Hot with Gunna. That went mainstream.
Hot, yeah, hot.
Go Crazy
with Chris Brown. Yeah, like in like the black, they play that song on like Kiss 104.
Yeah,
but y'all sing that.
Go crazy. Everything you do is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I give him that one.
Yeah, that was a hit.
If it ain't about the money.
That was like probably his first major mainstream hit.
Wasn't at the bento. I'm from the gym from front of the Thunderbranto.
What was the singer's name?
Camila Cabello.
Oh yeah.
So that's 5.
It's probably like a obvious one we missing too. The thing about Thug is that I think I said this on here before. Like Thug is one of those artists. Thug, Chief Keef, Lil B used to be like this too. Like there are certain artists who are extremely popular on the internet and extremely influential, and in real life. Like Thug is popular in real life too. Like not just the internet, but like for whatever reason they don't do great sales numbers. I don't know what it is, but like it just doesn't. They can sell out shows or whatever, but they don't. I don't know. For some reason, they don't sell well.
Yeah. I'm a underscore. Man. Like y'all remember the first time y'all heard "Best Friend"? Like I ain't never heard a pocket like that from a rapper, bro. Like
I remember the snippet coming out before the song.
Holla. Pros. He was doing this on the little.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Bro, shout out to Thug, bro. But I mean,
top 10 just off of influence though. Like Thug Thug definitely influenced. I feel like Thug and Cardi is the reason why you see like these young kids walking around with like the face jewelry and the crazy tight clothes and stuff like that now. Yeah. The whole like vampire aesthetic.
So they got Thug number 6. So they had Gucci 4 and Thug 6. And I'm saying with mainstream hits because of like I've seen both of them perform at Hawks games before. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can tell a lot about where an artist is based off of their Hawks game set.
That makes sense. Jeezy definitely was way more mainstream than Gucci ever was.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I have him up there.
And Ludacris was super mainstream.
Ludacris is like Mr. Commercial. Like he can do a whole set anywhere with any crowd because his hits are so commercial.
Oh man, we don't even gotta get started with. Yeah, come on, man. Like Move, Get Out the Way. I mean, we'd be here all day, bro. It's Ludacris, man.
All I Do Is Win.
Pimping all over the world.
Terrible song. No, Pimpin' All Over the World is a great song. All I Do Is Win is a terrible song.
He said, I got indifferent. And he'll be like, what they say? They got Big Boy number 8.
I'm so annoyed by that, bro. You gotta put
this is so
you gotta put them on the same spot.
2 Chainz number 9.
So we got around the same top 10. They just got in a different order. I don't have Lil Baby in my top 10. I don't.
And they put Cardi number 11, I think. No, it's 21 Savage here, number 11. How much money you got?
I'd have Savage and Lil Baby and Cardi in the. I don't know if I'd have Cardi in my top 20, but I'd have Baby and 21 in my top 20.
I just hit a lick with the mask MF Doom. That's not a deep bar, but like, shout out to Playboy Cardi. Shout out to Playboy Cardi. This is not pot, it's a rock. Came in that bit with a Glock. Wait, hold on. How is Offset the first Migo on the list?
It would have to be Quavo.
It had to be Takeoff.
I mean, if we talk a rapping ability, sure, but like I feel like I don't know, Quavo was always the star of the group.
The person who was responsible for them having hits.
To an extent.
If you know me, you know this ain't my fun show. Certified everywhere. Ain't got no pressure with them. Say, oh, talking crazy. I pull up under like RP to Nate, dog.
Offset was locked up for like the first couple years of
He
Migos
was.
becoming Migos.
We didn't even know like who he was.
It was just free Offset.
Really till like till the Culture album came out. That's when he really got to like be free.
Oh, and you know why? Because he grew his dreads out. Because he first came out, and it's like, bruh, he don't even look like y'all. Like both of y'all got dreads and these glasses. He come out with the short little fro.
Yeah, at first.
They got Killer Mike 14. And the whole world.
You remember when Offset jumped in the crowd and punched on me?
Yes. Fresh out. I was at like Georgia State, wasn't it? I mean Georgia Southern.
I think so.
Yeah, crazy. Shout out Statesboro.
Mo, do you miss Georgia Southern?
Nah, not really. It was like I will say so. Freshman year was fun. Sophomore year, it changed after this kid died. Like the beginning of the semester.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so after that, then it just like literally, bro, that whole year, almost every function you went to got raided by the cops, bro. So it just wasn't really fun to go out no more. Like all the bars got raided, all the house parties were raided. It was just always something. So it was just like, yeah, this ain't it. And then I came back to the city and I saw how lit the city was. I was like, oh yeah, what was I doing?
Yeah, cool.
Bro, I remember being down in Southern, bro, and like my attire when I was down there, bro, crazy. Like wearing button downs and polos all the time, khakis and stuff, so you can. Yeah, but it was also because it's like if you want to get into the clubs, you had to have a certain to the bars and stuff. You had to have a certain attire. So, and I remember like I came back home, like I started rocking jeans again. Like it was just like my whole swag just like changed after that. And yeah, it was the city was just so much better, bro. Like I wish I would have went to like State. Like State was like even when I would go visit Rashad, bro, like it would be fun. It was good times.
Yeah, man, I can't lie, man. Like it was great to be a Georgia State Panther, you know what I mean? Like for sure. Like man, bro, like I was spoiled, but I knew I was because I started off, first semester at Georgia State at Mama Crib. I was still up in Marietta, commuting. So when I moved, I knew how spoiled I was and I appreciated that much more. But like I'm living in downtown. It's crazy. Like I was living on Edgewood. So it's like I seen the culture before my very eyes of like everything, the hub of it, which we spoke about in another thing. But yeah. Shout out Drewski. But when you're talking about how you dress, like I immediately thought of Drewski and like it makes so much sense that he went to Southern of just like all the characters and stuff because he got a lot of those racist Southern South Georgia characters from going to Georgia Southern.
Yeah, bro. It's so that was just such an interesting experience, bro. It's like it blows my mind just the life in a sense, like the life I was living there as opposed to like once leaving there and the things that I would do, the things that like as I said, like where the people I would associate with. Like I remember straight up, bro, Like when I first got there, like so my first real person that I got close with was Harriet. I don't know if you remember Harriet Hasty, the white girl we went to high school with.
Government is
And
crazy.
so,
I was gonna say we just be putting folks' name on this show, bro. We just I think I remember.
yeah, my bad. Hey, but yeah, shout out to her. But so we was like cool. And when I first got there, like, you know, since we both like knew each other, we wasn't that cool in high school, but it's like, oh, we know each other. So like, you know, start like let's hang out and stuff. So I became cool with some of the people that she was already friends with, and nothing but white people. And then one dude in particular, a dude named Michael, he was a racist. And me and him ended up being super cool. But like straight up, she told him, like, yo, you gotta meet my friend Maurice. He was like, Maurice, is he black? She was like, yeah. Oh, I ain't gonna like him. And one day, like me and him had a heart to heart. Like, cause I said we became like super cool. And we had a heart to heart walking to the calf one day. And he was like, hey, Maurice, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Before I met you, I did not like black people. Like I would have never allowed a black person in my home. Like, like no cap, bro. Like we just walk, and I'm just like, what? Like he's just like for real. Like I always saw them as like, you know, like the stereotypes of like they steal, they lie, you know, stuff like that. So, but you know, like I really rock with you, bro. Like you really cool. Like I would invite you to my crib, you know. And I was
That
like,
man said they steal, they lie.
for real, bro. Another moment when I was at Southern, bro. I remember I was in a literature class, right? And everybody in there is white except for me and like one other black girl. So it was like everybody else in there is white. And I remember we're talking about like stereotypes. And then this one white girl was just, I don't even like, I ain't gonna hold you. I was in my phone. I was looking at my phone when this was all kind of happening. So I wasn't even really paying attention for it. But then I heard, you know, the girl start talking and she goes, yeah, you know, like, you know, stereotypes, like we all know the stereotypes about black men, about how they rape and they steal and blah, blah, blah. And bro, literally. So that happened. Like, mind you, I'm like this on my phone. I look up, I'm like, what? Like, and so I look up, the whole class turn and look at me. And it was just kind of like, yo, what you gonna say? You know? And so like soon as she got done talking, like I had to respond because I was like, bro, I can't just let this slide. And so I raised my hand. I was like, well, you know, it was like we talking about stereotypes, but I can tell you, like, I mean, personally, I don't rape, I don't steal, and none of the people I'm with do that. And yeah, I can't remember what else I said, but I was like, I kind of said something, but I just remember it was just so awkward. It wasn't even that awkward. It was just more of a like, wow, this is really happening right now. Like I said, because literally the whole class just turned and looked at me and was just like, yo, like, you just gonna let that slide? But
that's crazy.
Yeah, that was Southern.
That's crazy that they put it on you.
What did you
Like,
say?
hey, bro. No, I'm saying it's crazy that they put it on you. Like you the black man representative.
Yo, okay, one last moment, bro. This ain't nothing to do with race. This was about sex. Yo, bruh. So I was in this class and we was talking about, I can't remember what the fuck I can't remember what we were talking about for real. Like, I don't know how we got on this topic, but I was like, you know, I said, like, you know, the realization is it's like, you know, what, you know, reality is it's like if a girl sleeps with a lot of guys, she's gonna be seen as a hoe. But, you know, if a guy sleeps with a lot of girls, he's gonna be seen as like, you know, like a player or something, blah, blah, blah. Bruh, yo, that went so left. Like, bruh, my teacher got in my ass. I'm not gonna hold you. She was like she was a black stud. And bruh, she just Like, bruh, it just went so left. And like, bro, all the girls in my class were just like, they were not rocking with me on that one. It was like after that, bruh, it was just so awkward. Like, I'm telling you, everybody, I got so many dirty looks. And I was like, I'm just saying that's what's real though, you know, like that's the realization. And they just like, and I guess they took it as me saying, like, yeah, if you sleep with a lot of guys, y'all are hoes. And I'm like, no, I'm saying that's how society sees it. That's what is real, you know? But yeah, it went so left, bro. I was just like, and like literally my teacher was like, you might want to just stop talking. And I was like, all right, you got it.
I was trying to ask, they thought that was your opinion, but you was just trying to put it out like, yo, that's the stereotype that. Because that is true.
Exactly,
the stereotype is very real.
Bro, what I've learned, I gotta be careful. People don't even. Certain people don't like honesty for real, bro. Like,
Nice.
and it'd be the folks that be like, folks can't stand the real. They can't take the real. Them be the main folks that can't take the real. I be like, hold on now. I thought we was keeping it a bean. Like, now all of a sudden, okay, I'm out of pocket. I'm this, I'm that. I got to deal with the repercussions. And there's repercussions for everything you say and do. I get it. But I don't know. It's just like sometimes I'll just be like, I wish there, like, if you present yourself as someone who don't care for, you know what I'm saying, nothing, and you keep it real, quote unquote, and everything like that. I keep it real. Don't call me no bully, bro.
Somebody called you a bully?
Right.
I feel like that's the way that I'm being portrayed right now in a particular situation.
Got you. Yeah.
No,
like I said, I ain't want to get too much into it.
Nah, and I agree with you, bro.
Because it's like,
nah, I agree with you.
Okay, yeah.
My bad.
No. When you said that, I was like, that was my out. So I'm gonna let it. If you want to keep going on that, I'm gonna let you go. You know what I'm saying? Because I get started, I'm gonna mess myself up more. So
yeah,
but that's what they want. They want to silence you. They want to silence you. That's the whole point.
Nah, yeah. Speak your truth, black man.
It's a conspiracy kind of media.
It's the same thing, bro. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, what is we doing? Like, you can't come up here and say, oh yeah, so and so, I want to say this about so and so, but I know I'm too real for some people, and that's okay. I turn some people off from being too real, and that's just what I deal with. And then you be like, well, have you thought about that you do X, Y, and Z? And now on the back, now I'm it's you the worst guy, manipulative liar, or is this that hypocrite? Man, I thought we was keeping it real. So we keeping it real for everybody except for you. I got it. Go ahead, Mo.
Right. Yo, like speaking of keeping it real, like y'all ever broke up with a girl?
Yeah.
Like you actually break up with her.
I have before, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I mean, we eventually ended up, I don't think it counts because we eventually ended up getting back together. And then she ended up breaking up with me. So maybe she got the upper hand in that situation.
I've stepped away from situations of like talking stages and things of that sort where I was just like, hey, I just don't know if I'm ready with like kind of like the way that I've been moving recently. I just don't know about it. Yeah, I just kind of say it like that. I think that was the only time though that I said it like out loud, and it wasn't just a thing of like where I just showed less and less interest over time, and they kind of got the hint or just left.
It's never
right. Nah, I say right.
My fault.
Right, I love that song. No, but
classic.
You know, I asked that question because I saw somebody talking about this online, just how a lot of guys is a lot of times like, you know, guys don't actually break up with the girls, you know, they'll do like maybe they want to leave the relationship, but they won't actually break up with the girl, and they'll just kind of like, as you said, like a lot of times you kind of back up and just be like, well, if you want to leave, you can leave, like put it to the point where it's just like I'm gonna just kind of force your hand, where it's just like you just gonna have to break up with me because I don't necessarily want to do that, because you do want to do it, but I don't know. It talked about how it's tough for guys to do that, and I really reflect on that, and I'm like, it do be tough like that, like to have those conversations with a woman, to be like, I don't want to do this no more, and
I think we
I
are
don't know
more
if it's like
empathetic.
Yeah. I think it's like, because it be feeling like, man, girls are they're going to be all sad, and, it's going to be, I don't know, their emotions are going to be all over the place and everything. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing that, like, when I saw it brought up, I was like, I think that's very true, because yeah, I don't know too many guys who just break up with a girl. It's just they'll, like, as you said, they'll fall back, or they'll just, they'll. I ain't gonna lie, I've definitely dealt with girls and just been like, like kind of like the story I was saying like before, where like a couple of pods ago when I was talking about that one girl who, like, we was talking, and then like I had ended up like we'll post a link, and then I didn't answer her text and call and stuff like that, and it was just kind of like, yo, like, this should be your sign just to leave me alone, like put in your mind, just like forget him, and instead of me just saying like, hey, I'm not trying to link, I'm not trying to kick it, like I'm kind of good off the situation. And I've definitely been there mentally to be like, in some situations, like, yo, just like, I think I've showed you enough that I ain't shit. Like, to go ahead and just be like, be done with me, But then like girls will come back, and then it's just like, when they come back, it's just like, well, I guess if the door is still open, I ain't gonna close it, Like, you ain't want to close it, but I gave you plenty of opportunities to close it, but like, forget it. All right, let's kind of keep rocking, So I don't know. It's crazy.
I think a large part of it is, as men, we also deal with like the entire thing of toxic masculinity or whatever the case might be, right? So it's like we're raised traditionally to not like kind of hide our emotions for the sake of being presented as masculine, family providing men and all of those things. So it's kind of like, don't let people see you sweat as a man, kind of suck it up and keep going, because you got to keep working. You got to keep providing for the family. So I think, when you apply that to relationships as a man, if you're suffering in a relationship as a man, you're more prone to just kind of suck it up and just keep things going for the sake of keeping things going. As opposed to a woman, what I'm saying, they might typically have been raised to kind of lean more into their emotions and, what I'm saying, that type of thing, and know that it's a good thing to cry and feel this way and have a change of heart. Like, they're kind of taught that growing up, as opposed to us being like, suck it up and keep going.
Facts. You on mute, bro. You on mute, Jelani.
Okay, wait. I was gonna say, y'all ain't gotta talk about it if y'all don't want to. Have you ever knowingly been cheated on?
No.
Ain't got to talk about what?
Okay, no, I said, have you ever knowingly?
You said ain't got to talk about what? Oh man, no. Not knowingly. The reason why, hey, ain't no telling what be. Now go ahead. Now you good. I was just saying, yeah, not knowingly.
No, I was gonna say, because that happened to me in high school, and I'm realizing, like, I don't know what it is. Okay, so I just randomly started thinking about it. Like, you ever realize that something that, like, when you was a teenager or like a kid was like kind of traumatic for you later on down the line? Like, I'm realizing, like certain things that I did in like my early 20s or like mid 20s was because of that. And I never really thought about it till like recently. And I'm not like, it ain't in a situation like where I'm 30 years old and I'm mad at her or anything like that. Like, it was, we were kids or whatever. But I definitely feel like being that young and like we was moving, like we was really in like a real, you know what I mean? Like it was a real thing at that time when we was teenagers. And I definitely think that affected like, it's hard for me to look at like a long, especially in this area that we in now. We already talked about this before, but like Instagram and all that, like a long term thing as being like realistic. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just randomly thought about that the other day. Like, we was really in high school. Like, you don't think about it till you get older. You like, we was like 16 years old going through like real stuff at that time.
Nah, facts. Nah, and I feel you on that because it definitely certain things. I remember one thing that kind of I know for in my early, like in high school, I didn't really have like no real relationship for real, It was like some girls that I messed with and whatnot, but it wasn't like no real relationships. I do know there was one moment, bro, when I was like back at Southern that really kind of like tore me, and it was just kind of like I don't know, like I felt like it made me just kind of be like with a lot of girls, like I'm gonna definitely like tiptoe around this shit a little bit more. Man, I had a homeboy like that, so it was the girl that I liked, and she was my next door neighbor, and like I felt like we had little vibes, it was like definitely kind of giving something there, like low key. And then so I had a homeboy that we all used to hang out and stuff, and so like he knew I was feeling no girl, like he was one of the few people that I really had a conversation with it about. And so one night, me, him, her, and then her best friend, we all went out to one of the fields, and it was just like at the school on campus, and then was just like looking at the stars and stuff, vibing, listening to music, whatever. And so I'm like, so it's like me here, he's here, she's here, and her homegirl is right here. And so I'm like, sitting there looking at the stars. I'm like, man, this is peaceful, man. This is dope. Next thing you know, I started hearing some noises. Like, I'm like, the fuck? Like, I turn, he making out with the shorty right next to me. Oh, and man. Bro, I was so like thrown off, bro. It like I didn't even know what to do.
I would have cried on the walk home. Really
Brad, like, dog, I was so hurt, bro. I literally, like, I saw it. I was just like, I just got up. I just got up like that ass. I just stood. I was just like, all right, yeah, I'm finna just head back. And then those just like, what? I was like, yeah, like, well, at first I think I was like, I just need to get up real quick. And then like, yeah, it was just kind of like, they was like, what's wrong? And I was just like, nah, it's nothing. It's cool. It's cool. I just need to go for a walk real quick. Like, and then I was like, yeah, I'm ready to slide. I'm just finna go. I'm finna just walk back home. And yeah, bro, like I ain't cried, but I definitely was hurt, bro. And I was just like, you can't trust nobody out here, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Yeah, but it definitely like after that, I was just like, man. Like, forget these women, bro. Like, whatever happens, happens, man. I ain't finna take none of these girls serious right now.
Yeah, I was. You said you like. See, I was in a relationship for like a full. And the only reason I normally wouldn't describe it like that because like we were kids, but like when it was for like a full year. You know what I'm saying? So like, that whole calendar year and like a little bit into it was like my whole junior year and a little bit into my senior year. And I feel like I learned so much, like good or bad, about uh about the opposite sex just off that, you know what I mean? Like things to look out for. I feel like every young man gotta, I ain't gonna say get cheated on, but you gotta get that, like that moment that you just described. Like you gotta get that gut punch at some point. You gotta take that
Right.
major L, that you know what I mean, that one that you look back on like, yo, that was crazy.
Nah, facts. Shoot, the last serious relationship I had, well, I guess it was serious or whatever, but like that was like the first time I really got my heart broken because the girl, like we were at a point where
Y'all
we were like
grown,
we wasn't
man. Y'all boys is grown. This man said my first time I got my heart broken, I was 28, 29. Y'all are grown, man.
Bro, I was
yeah.
50. I'll tell you the story I'll tell you the story how I found out. It was I don't think I ever told anybody this, but yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh yeah, nah, but that's like with the girl. Yeah, I was like 28, and or was I actually? I was 29 at the time. Yeah, I was 29. So this was like last year, late last year, and me and the girl we had already like broken up, but we were still like pretty much together. Like we wasn't like officially back together, but like it's been months. We were still kicking it, going on dates, all that stuff. But then it was just kind of like, she had kind of like, she told me straight up that she was like kind of, because you're supposed to be moving, and it was just like, I kind of want to like, date around and stuff. And I was like, man, if you wanna go talk to somebody else, go ahead. Just like, I guess kind of just keep it 100 with me, like. And so she ended up talking with the dude, but like it was like she didn't tell me about it at first. Well, she told me she was kicking it with a friend, but then I could peep. Just it's like little stuff. I'm like, you saying a friend, usually you'll be a lot more descriptive of like who you're kicking it with, but she wasn't. So then that's when my first little sign. And then I remember like after they hung out for the first time, I was like, okay, like it didn't like we hung out right after they hung out, like So it was like she went out and she was just like, yeah, like come over afterwards, blah blah, like that. So I was like, yeah, she told me about it, and I was like, and then as I said, like I'm missing descriptive words, so I was like, was it a guy that you was with? She was like, yeah, but he's fluid, so you ain't got to worry about him. I was like,
what is that?
Okay, bruh, exactly. So I'm just like, okay, like whatever. And then like over time, it just kind of like I started peeping, and then it just got to a point where, because that's like she had said, it was just like the energy was off, and then it was just kind of like she pretty much broke it off and was just like, yeah, like I'm just not in it anymore, blah blah blah, like this, that, and the other. And then I was just like, okay. And I was like, that, I guess, like, that's why you've been acting so weird, because like it's little stuff that I'm peeping, like with just how you moving. It's just like you acting weird right now, and I told you from the jump, I was like, fam, we not in a relationship anymore for real. So just keep it 100 with me, like. And so like I would rather you do that, but you kind of moving around, sneaking around it, not really keeping it a buck, just made me feel real uneasy. And it was just kind of like I was already, I don't know, it was weird. But yeah, so then it was just kind of like, she started talking with other dude. And then it's just like, it really hurt my pride, man. Like, I'll keep it a buck. Like, even though, as I said, we were already technically broken up, and it was just like the situation's already fading, but it's just like her sneaking around and not being 100 with me. I was like, I never had no girl do that. Like, where it's just like, I'm seeing signs, but you're not being 100 about it. And it's just like, it was just like, and it really just kind of got to me. And I think just like mentally, like I was already in a place, I think I'll keep it a buck with y'all. One of the reasons that I was talking to the girl at that time, Like I feel like I wasn't where I wanted to be, like mentally, and then also financially where I wanted to be. You know, because I just had so much going on in my life, and so being with her would kind of like, well, shoot, like as I grow, as I boss up and get my life together, I'm gonna bring her up with me. You feel me? Like, you know, cause Shorty, like, you know, not even, and I'm not trying to throw no shade at all for real, but like she used to shopping at like, you know, she get like a lot of her clothes and stuff from like Walmart. You know, I talk about like, you know, wanting to go shopping for certain things. It's just like that wasn't the life that she was used to living, you know? And so it's like a lot of stuff I was really trying to show her to like nicer things and shit like that. And so, but yeah, so when she kind of like left me and like left me for another dude, I was like, what? You know, it just really kind of hit my ego because I was like, I was kind of in this as like, you know, I look back on it as now, and this was not healthy at all, but this was kind of like to help me get through this point in my life. And then it's just like, you know, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, man, like after I found out, you know, and all that stuff, and it was just like I was just like, dang, all right, you know. And yeah, I was hurt, man. But yeah.
Shit should be rough sometimes, bro.
Yeah. But you know, you live and you learn from it.
For sure, 100%. And then also it's like this is really, really short. Like the entire experience here, not to get existential and dark, but it is. It's really, really short. And like, you know, in the experience, we experience so much like highs and lows, ups and downs, people coming in, people coming out. You know, I think it's okay to feel and to go through the stages of grief when you lose someone, even if it wasn't that big of a deal to you. It's still something because they're still part of your life for a certain period of time. Um, I think the biggest thing, like you say, you live and you learn, is like just can't get hung up on it too long because it's like you waste years and you know memories off of that of like appreciating the now and stuff. For real, for real. I think with regardless any situation, anybody who's lied on, and you know the person is lying, and you like, hey, can you tell the truth? And they refuse to tell the truth. I think that's always going to be frustrating. And then B, I think the second thing is, what was I saying with the cheating and stuff like that? Oh, anytime you're replaced by a dude immediately or just by a dude, period, like it'd be women from high school. You see him, you know what I'm saying? Like my first love is married with children, you know what I'm saying? I still see her when I see her family, and I'm like, dang, that's kind of crazy. A part of me is like, thank goodness, like, thank God, like I can be in an apartment by myself. I have a bachelor pad. I can leave when I want. I can walk when I want. I could do whatever. I could sleep as late as I want to, or whatever the case might be. I can go on YouTube and just yell about the Lakers or whatever I want to do. But another part of me is just like, dang, like this man is like really locked her in and stuff like that. Like that was, you know what I'm saying? We was once locked in too. So I mean, I think you always gonna feel a way seeing a woman that you used to be with, at least in my experience, with somebody new.
Yeah, certain ones I feel like more
Yeah.
so than
No,
others.
and
Like,
real quick, July.
oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say before you tell your story, it was one thing I wanted to say.
Oh no, go ahead, bro.
You know, one last thing that I got from that situation was personally, as I said, for me, like I never really had no heartbreak. I've always kind of dealt with girls like I was in a long-term relationship, but you know, I felt like, you know, that just kind of fizzled off. But it made me realize what I've done to women in the past, you know, and how I've treated situations. And I felt like the way she kind of treated me is like how I may have treated certain women in the past, you know, and it was like an eye opener, and it made me like, it was just like, you know what, I really want to change my ways. And like I look at everything, you know, like even before I got baptized, like everything, you know, I saw through the lens of like, this is God trying to, you know, show me something, you know, like I try to see what is God trying to show me in every situation. And in that particular one, that's really what I got out of that. Cause I was just like, man, you know, at times I think as men, you know, you until you have those moments is you're kind of like, you know, just the way you move, you'll move a certain way until it's just like you actually feel something and can understand it from another side. And that really showed me just the other side of that whole situation, that whole dynamic. Because it's just a lot of times, like, I just be like, man, you know, with women, I just be like, it's all good, bro. Like, you know, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna just kind of go on to the next and this, that, and the other. And it was just kind of like, it wasn't even like I was thinking like, man, like I just lost the one. I definitely didn't feel that way. But it was just more of like, dang, like I just got replaced, you know? It's just weird, you know? And I was just like, and I was like, but there's been plenty of women that I've kind of just replaced, you know? It's just like a time where I started moving different, this and the other. I started, you know, the way I was moving, then it's just kind of like, instead of just being 100 with them up front, I kind of dragged it on. And that's why I felt like she did with me. She dragged it on. And, you know, so, yeah, man, you know, as I said, life lessons, man. But yeah, but my bad. You can go ahead, Jelani.
Oh no, you good, bro. I don't even remember exactly what I was finna say. I wasn't about to tell like no story or nothing like that. But yeah, no, it's definitely you gotta you know you gotta get your ego across sometimes. It'd be like that.
Nah, facts, man.
I got another question, man. Can y'all name one CeeLo Green rap verse?
I can, because I'm a Goody Mob fan, but I'm not. I don't expect, you know, everybody to, but I definitely can for sure.
Can you, Mo?
I mean, other than FU,
He is not rapping on that song.
Then nah.
You gotta go listen to the really just off the strength of the first Goody Mob album and like certain guest verses that he had, like his verse on like Get Up, Get Out and Get Something from Outkast. Like, no, he's just on some. CeeLo might be just the all around most talented person ever come out of Atlanta. Like, if we just talking straight, just rapping and singing ability, like no, CeeLo's super nice. But if no, you got like them Goody Mob albums came out like 30 years ago now, so I'm not expecting somebody, you know what I'm saying, especially from the younger generation. I'm not expecting them to really be up on game as far as CeeLo as a rapper.
Facts.
But he smoked every verse on it. Like, he's super nice.
I feel like if I speak, I'm gonna sound like a hater.
Say what you gotta say.
You say he the most talented singer / rapper out of Atlanta?
Just, bro, if you're talking about like just talent level, being able to sing, like actually sing, like really, like legitimately sing, not auto tune, not like it would be either him or Andre. If we're just talking singing ability and rapping ability, it would have to be either him or Andre combined.
Okay, so who you got number 3?
Okay, if we're saying singing and rapping
out of Atlanta.
Gotta be Future.
It might be
gotta be Future.
Man, y'all gotta stop. See, I see. Look, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta please stop.
I know Gambino would be up there though.
It ain't no up there, bro.
Gambino's
he made We Ain't Them. He made Say Less. He made The Older I Get. He made Come on, what are we talking about, bro? This is the dude that made Redbone. No auto-tune, by the way. Just sung in a higher
Future
pitch.
made 56 Nights.
That is true.
Feature, but Feature, we talking about singing.
He can't sing.
Yeah. I know. Maurice playing, but like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like,
Future made Turn on the Lights. Come on now.
That is a classic R&B song. All jokes aside,
classic R&B song with a lot of auto tune on it. So I mean, you know, salute to Future, everything like that. Shout out to Drunken Love as well. It's just, but you know what I mean. But like when Andre, today must be my lovely day, baby, and then he could do the like whatever the heck, the art of a song and stuff like that. Like, okay, I give you Andre. CeeLo.
Gambino would be 3 though. Gambino, I feel like 3
Okay.
is
That's all I needed, bro.
I'll give him 3.
See,
If we talking,
CeeLo for what he's done and R&B as a songwriter, as a singer, especially as a singer, he literally flipped his career from rap star in the 90s to dang pop star in the 2000s and 2010s. You have to give him that type of credit for the longevity. You've been doing it 3-4 decades. You have to give him that respect.
Future made selfish.
I'm not putting Future above Gambino and rappers / singers out of Atlanta. I'm not doing that. I can't. I put Rory over Future in that category.
I can't go that far. I can't go that far. But we just talking pure talent.
I go Baby Tate. Ooh.
Is she from Atlanta?
Yeah, she's from Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she was from Texas for some reason.
Oh, she's from Atlanta, bro. She from the East Side.
Oh, okay.
She went to the Cab School of the Arts.
I feel like the East Side got the most. It's like the most artsy area of Atlanta, if that makes sense.
100%, 100% for sure. Is Dallas Austin from East Side? Y'all know?
He was originally from Columbus, and I think he moved to Atlanta as a teenager.
Oh, so he I did not know he was a transplant. Okay, that's interesting.
I mean, that's a whole nother conversation too. If we talking about like who actually grew up like in the city of Atlanta and grew up in Metro Atlanta, and then you got people like Jeezy that like moved to Atlanta when they was adults.
But he at least Jeezy like Laser Dim, bro. Like Laser Dim is from Cordell, Georgia, but like he at least from the state of Georgia.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with Pastor Troy. I don't think he's from the city. I think he's from Augusta.
I used to think that too, and then I found out he's from College Park. I was like, I didn't know he was from College Park. I thought he was from like Macon.
Yeah, I thought he was from that. Okay, I didn't know that. I know Jeezy's from like Hawkinsville, Macon. He's not from originally Atlanta. And then
Jeezy from Macon.
You got certain people like I know like Big Boy originally from Savannah, but then he moved to Atlanta as like a teenager.
I did not know that. That's a good one. That's a good fun fact. I did not know he's from.
I know Ludacris is originally from Illinois, and then he moved to.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
I mean, but he was in Atlanta like as a baby, right?
Ludacris.
Yeah, that's like
I think he's like a teenager or something like that.
Oh, he want no Kanye thing?
I'm not sure exactly. I respect. I'm not like on no Amaretta type stuff. Like I acknowledge if you Atlanta legend and you help. You know what I mean? Write the history books. Like I'm gonna acknowledge you as a legend.
Kanye West an Atlanta legend?
If you want to be technical, and not really, but you know, he's worked with Atlanta rappers and made some classics.
He's worked with Atlanta rappers.
Ludacris stand up.
Atlanta rappers, like designer. You know what I mean? I got brats in Atlanta.
Man.
Shout out to designer. That wasn't no diss to designer because I got people that's like, what I'm saying, like designer's partner, his girl and everything like that, his baby moms and stuff like that.
I'm not shouting out designer for various reasons, but
oh yeah, I forgot he got a weird case. Why is he around?
Yeah, no, I'm not shouting him out.
Well, that's still my homegirl, so it's kind of like one of the weird situations. They got Gunna 20 on this list. They got Kilo Ali 21. Shotty Low 22, RP. Waka Flocka 23.
Waka Flocka might be in my top 10 personal favorites.
24 Lolo Yachty. Ain't no telling what I'm finna. Lotto 25. I done this out of the magic. She's the highest rated rapper on this list. I think she could be high just based off of that, being the most successful female rapper out the city. MC Shy D 26. No clue who this is. I'm not gonna lie.
He was originally from New York, and then he was like the first kind of pop in Atlanta rapper, somewhat. Even though he's from New York originally.
Deasia wrote this. Shout out to Deasia Page. So they had Atlanta writers write this stuff. All right, bro. Okay, all right. I'll say this right now. JID over Childish Gambino is disrespectful.
I mean, I personally like Gambino more, but I'm not mad at it. I can see why they, because his rapping career wasn't that long as far as on a mainstream level when he was popping. Gambino, I'm saying,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, JID raps at a pretty high level. We're
He
talking about
does,
rappers.
but so does Sci-Hi.
You said so is what?
Sci-Hi.
True. But I guess the bodies of work, JID has better bodies of work, low key.
I've never listened to a full JID album. I can't even sit up here and act like
The thing about Jid, bro, for a long time, I was like, oh, yeah, this dude's the best rapper. And I love Jid. I love Jid. I love listening to Jid music. Jid got hits. Do not get it twisted. However, one time someone posted a clip of him performing and someone quote tweeted and was like, this dude sucks. I can't believe how bad he sucks. I was listening to what he was saying instead of just listening to his flow, because his flow is like impeccable, top of the line, right? Like, you're like, this dude rapping. I was listening to what he was saying. He was just repeating the same words. And he was rhyming the same words with the same. I was like, he's not even saying anything. He's just rapping. The rhyme scheme's impressive. And then after that, every single time after that, I started listening to him. I'm like, all right, I see what people was talking about. But his actual flows is at top. Go ahead, Mo.
No, I mean, I feel you. I mean, I think, I don't listen to a bunch of JID, so
yeah, not saying it's about
at Black History Month.
Oh, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. You were lagged a little bit.
What happened?
No, so you were lagged a little bit. I didn't mean to cut you off. I started speaking. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you good. Man, my connection was kind of acting janky for a second. But yeah, I was just saying, yeah, like I haven't heard. I don't know. Maybe Sahai has more projects that I may like more. I just haven't heard anything recently that really I gravitated towards. But yeah, I mean, as I said, like JID, I don't know a bunch of his stuff either, but just from what I've heard, I feel like the music that I've heard, I kind of like from JID a little bit better. Yeah, personally.
Oh, you was doing JID versus Sci-Hi. Okay, yeah. I mean, no. If you're talking about music versus music, yeah, JID got that over Sci-Hi. I was talking about Gambino, and then you said, well, JID probably raps better technically, and I was like, well, if you want to go with technical rappers, Sci-Hi is like the best technical rapper, out of Atlanta probably.
But I will say, if we're just talking about rapping, like Gambino doesn't really have as much commercial success. He has This Is America, but like outside of that, like what big rap songs do he have?
3005.
I'll say yeah. I mean, really more of like because of the singing aspect of it. But I'll give you that one. Okay, give me another one.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, but I feel like JID, like, even though he doesn't have no big hits, it's just like people, as far as his rapping, like rap songs, more people will gravitate to more JID songs, I feel.
All right. Well, they got JID 27 over here over Childish Gambino. 28, they got Soulja Boy, who's from Mississippi. And this is where the list starts getting ridiculous. 29, they got Young Dro. Dro is too low.
He should have been higher.
No facts.
Oh, hey, this the fit, by the way. This is the picture. This is the fit I was talking about the other episode. This is the exact same day, bro. It was 90 degrees, bro. He don't have a bead of sweat on his forehead.
Right.
30, they got Pastor Troy. Let me see if they say College Park. Okay. He got strong ties to Augusta. Okay. So they say that right there. Oh, shout out Maurice Garland. They had Atlanta people writing this stuff. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They had Atlanta people writing this stuff. They should have had me writing dang the Gambino part then. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, this is stuff I'm talking about. Like, how you gonna have my peers, my people that write in Atlanta and stuff like that? Everybody know I'm the Gambino guy in Atlanta, and you know what I'm saying? One day I'll get my respect. That's a whole nother conversation.
Left Eye, she really from Philly, but
well, you know, they, I guess, because of you know, LaFace.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, although she was raised in Philadelphia, Left Eye music in Ingenuity. I guess because I can't write words like Ingenuity, I wasn't called. So
Ingenuity.
Exactly. Ingenuity. See, I didn't even know. But yeah. Okay. That's an interesting pick. 32 Big Gip. Can I disagree with this, man?
Yeah, I mean, I put Goody Mob as a whole on mine, so
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Sky High. Cannot disagree with that. Shout out Big Gip. And then 33 Gambino. They talking about Community. Jamie Foxx. They said the best multi-hyphenate since Jamie Foxx. Man, he's that guy, brother. They had Peter A. Berry. I don't even know who Peter A. Berry is. Is he from the city? Hold on. Let me look this dude up. See, I'm hating now.
I was about to say, you trying to make sure that you qualify to write.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so he's black. Okay, yeah, he a black dude. But is he from Atlanta? Oh, is this Images? This Images. My bad. I was still on Drewski Fits. Okay. Where he from? Freelance writer. Salute to this man getting his money. I just want to see where he from. I don't think he's from Atlanta. All these people is like out of town people that follow him. No, except for Jason. Jason, he Atlanta. Riley, she represents a lot of Atlanta people, and then Elliot, y'all know Elliot is national. Yeah, this dude is definitely not from Atlanta. So I was like, yeah, like, why didn't you just get me to do it? Anyways, see how they don't want me to get a bag? Because it's a whole bag right here to write these little 2 paragraphs. Write these 2 little paragraphs. Man, Complex, they would have gave me like $150 for this at least. $250, $300, $500 to write 3 of those little bios on this list. Man, Complex, what were you doing? I need to stop acting like y'all don't know me, man. When y'all be taking my stuff all the time anyway. That's a whole nother discussion. 34, they had Bankroll Fresh. I'm not mad at that placement. 35 Diamond, not mad at that placement. Diamond had some of the most important verses in Atlanta history.
Low key. Fabo probably should be higher.
Yeah, in terms of like what he mean to the city. Like, see, this is the time where I'm like looking at MC Shadi. You know what I'm saying? Someone who I didn't know before you just told me who he was like 5 minutes ago. No, this is where I'll put Fabo for real. Go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you. I was saying he should probably be higher. Some of the rankings, I mean, I don't know. They got the right names on here, so I ain't mad. But yeah, Fabo gotta be higher.
37, they got Rich Homie, rest in peace. This was before Rich Homie died. Like, this list came out like a month before he died.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
38, Young Nudie.
I'm not mad at it yet. I mean, he should. I don't know about yet, but I'm not mad at it. He does have a classic mixtape. That Nudie Line mixtape is a classic.
He got hits.
He does have hits.
He got hits for sure. Mo, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Bet. I didn't know if he froze up or anything. 39 Cool Breeze. See, this another one who do not need to be on the list.
You're out of your mind. Cool Breeze has to be on there. Cool Breeze has to be on there.
Cool Breeze. Oh, he went.
He created the term Dirty South. Like, he has to be on there.
What would you put the dude who be commentating, who be narrating all the albums? Would you put him on there?
Big Rube.
Yeah,
He's
Big
technically
Rube.
not a rapper, but
Yeah, he's
I
not
mean,
a
if we're
rapper.
talking Atlanta legends, he's definitely Atlanta icon for sure.
Tony got him to narrate one of his albums. That was pretty cool.
That's super dope. I didn't even know that. I gotta go check
Yep.
that
On out the woods, and he called it out the woods because he's from the outskirts of the city of Atlanta.
out. Okay, I'm gonna go beat that.
Sean Paul,
Yeah, definitely.
the other Sean Paul. Oh wait, where's Yin Yang Twins on here? Just thought about that 40 because we get into the Roscoe Dash. Not mad at that at all. But Travis Porter got to be up here too. 42 OJ the Juice Man. Not mad at him making top at all. Hey,
Yeah, not mad at that.
back at it, at it. All I know is mad it with the work. B.O.B. Nothing on you. Nothing on you, babe.
I was never a huge fan, but I'm not mad at him being on there.
Yeah, he got big hits, man. Lil Scrappy, 44.
Okay.
And what they gonna do? 45, K Camp, Marietta's finest.
The Cobb County legend.
Hey, K, like Marietta peaking at 45 is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
We got to get more representation. We only got a few so far.
46 for Shakid, not from Atlanta.
Woodstock finest.
This man went to high school in New York.
I thought he went to Etowah.
No, bro. I heard that story too, but like, look, hold on. Rich the Kid. Let me see Etowah. If he went to Etowah, then I got to give him that. But I think he went to high school in New York. Nah, he didn't go there, bro.
No.
Rich the Kid was born in Queens, New York. He moved to College Park after his parents' divorce.
So he's had nothing to do with you. Okay.
Rich the Kid, did you go to Woodstock? In 9th grade, then I got kicked out.
No.
Swear. Rich the Kid from here?
That's still not. That's Woodstock. That's even further than where we from.
It is. See, like they said, he went to senior high school in Elmont, New York. Okay, they say he's from College Park. What? This is confusing. He was born in New York. After his parents divorced, he moved to College Park when he was 13. But he attended high school in New York. So where are you from? He got to be from New York then. If you went to high school in New York and you was in New York until you was 13, you from New York. You from New York and you lived in Atlanta for 3 years. That was it. That's how I see it.
Then came back down.
Yeah, but you came back down, like, you know what I'm saying, when you know what I'm saying, you did it on purpose to pursue a music career. Because when nobody in New York popping. 47 Trouble, Long Live Scoob. 48 Sci High. He made Dark Fantasy and Good Fridays. 49 Pee Wee Longway. I've said this a few times. I think Pee Wee might be the most overrated rapper in Atlanta history, bro. And I feel like it's a few people. I feel like it's a few people, since they cool, like people just run with them and kind of like put them on a pedestal just because they cool. And I feel like Pee Wee's like the biggest beneficiary of that in the city.
Nah, that blue Eminem tape, he was snapping on that.
It's a Blue Benjamin.
I do feel he's an Atlanta legend.
Yeah, that blue Eminem tape, bro, that was, yeah. Like, cause that I start my day trapping. Deja Vu. What's the other song? There's a couple other songs on there. I rock with that tape heavy. Cause that came out like 2014. That was my
No,
list. That
it
was
was
my
later than that because Larry Lee was in the videos.
Then it had to in 2015.
Yeah, I never. I mean, I like like certain verses over here more. I never like super got into Pee Wee Longway, but I always respected like the role that he played as far as like behind the scenes, and he's definitely an Atlanta legend for sure.
Sorry, y'all, I was trying to find a music video that Larry Lee was in with him. I do not remember the song. Let me see, because I looked up PV and Larry Lee, and just their song popped up. Let me see. I think it might have been Mr. Blue Benjamin. PV Longway, Mr. Blue Eminem 2. Hold on. Yeah. Mr. Blue Benjamin. Here it is. I'm sharing it. Shout out World Star. This dude right here. Did he get locked up or he just got charged? Look at the
I'm not sure if
Larrys.
he, I'm not sure if he got in trouble I mean if he's locked up right now or not. I know he had like a crazy charge, but
Yeah, he had charges. This 2016 that this video came out. They saying Blue Eminem 3 on the way soon. It's so crazy. Like, it's certain things you just had to be there to understand. And Larry League was definitely one of those things. Because looking back at a Pee Wee Longway thing and just seeing 3 random white boys like dancing in the video and dabbing, you were like, what is going on? They got Lil Nas X at 50, by the way.
It was some people you could have replaced him with, but I get it.
He got hits.
Yeah, he got hits, but I definitely. I mean, I respect it. It's just I feel like it was other. I feel like it's other people. Like I didn't see Rocco on that list. Like Rocco has to be in top 50. We can't disrespect Rocco, bro.
No. I'm not disrespecting Rocco. It was just like funny, like how you had Rocco in the top 10 and he wasn't even on this top 50 list.
Yeah, maybe not top 10, but Rocco is definitely top 50 all time for sure. Like, that shouldn't even be a question. Rocco, Key should have been on there.
Key 100%. I made a whole video about this list when it first came out, and I was like, yeah, Key got to be on there. It's kind of crazy that Baby Tate wasn't on there. I think Tony Snow is definitely building his case. He's been solidified in the underground and kind of synonymous with Atlanta underground, just period, for the past decade. At this point, it gets to a point where it's like y'all can't, you know what I'm saying, exclude him just because he's independent. But like that's the only reason why they do it. But yeah, fellas, another good episode in the books. We went a little over time just because I went back and finished the list of the top 50 rappers from Complex. But I appreciate the patience and everything like that. And yeah, any last words coming out?
Man, tell me why somebody just sent me a thing talking about 106 in Park coming back with Kai Cenat and Kiki Palmer.
Bro, that jump was a report they put out on April Fool's Day, bro, and it keeps going viral. And I'm so annoyed every time I see it go viral, bro.
I'm all the way
Bruh,
good.
yeah.
No respect. I'm good.
Right. Yeah, I had to I was like, when I saw the date. I was like, this definitely came out on April 1st. I was like, because I haven't heard nothing else about this since then. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Cause I literally just got that sent to me, and I was like, bruh, come on.
Kai's filming his movie with Drewski and Kevin Hart right now.
That's dope.
Oh,
I wonder how good it's gonna be because it's like Kevin Hart, his movies are polished, but like the movies that a Kai Cenat or Drewski would do around now would be like one of those improv YouTube movies, low budget type of things. So it'd be very interesting to see. Like, I know Kevin Hart ain't going for that, so it's like,
yeah.
but it's kind of quick because it's like the subathon where they spent the night and stuff in LA in the house out there. That was November. That was like Thanksgiving week, and Kevin Hart was like, "We're gonna make a movie together." It is April. It's 5 months later. It can't be good. I'm gonna call it right now. I don't think the movie's gonna be good.
I'm gonna hold out hope, man. I think they could. I think they could pull it together.
Facts. And Kevin Hart, can't doubt the man.
You're right. You're right. Salute. Hey, I'm sorry, black man, for doubting you. Shout out to Sinners. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. I still ain't watch it. You know, I don't know how y'all feel about y'all feel like the big movies, like you need kind of like, you know what I'm saying, have someone with you on the big movies, because it's like regular movies or movies that you want to watch, niche movies. That's an easy go by yourself. Okay, yeah, this is a specific movie. I'll go by myself. I'm cool. Big movies, they always kind of feel like, especially if you used to going with people, that they need to be kind of like I need to watch this with people so we could discuss the movie afterwards and they get it and stuff like that.
No, I'm gonna go see it solo this week with no shame. I'm gonna see it by myself this week.
Yeah, I'm used to. I like going to the movie by myself. It's like it's kind of relaxing. I'm the type, I'll go to the movies, give me like go catch a matinee in the middle of the day when nobody in there, so I got the theater to myself. They'll pick me up like a 20 piece of wings with some fries and be in there just, you know.
Oh, you rich.
20 piece in the movies is crazy, but I
20 piece wings with fries. You said with fries, Jelani.
Well, I don't think he meant from the movie theater. I think he meant like he'll bring it in from, because if you buy 20 wings at the movie theater, that's gonna cost you like
that's $50.
Literally.
Nah, that's not 50. That'd be a cool like 20, 25. Like 25, yeah, with the fries. With the fries would be about
theater?
You said
no, not from the movie theater.
That's what I'm saying. From the movie theater,
okay.
It would be like
no, I am definitely picking this up from the local wing spot.
That's what I was saying, bro. I was like 20 wings and fries, bro, at the movies, bro. That's $50 easily.
No, I don't buy food at the movie theater. I will put it in my book bag because they're not finna check me. Like I've taken barbecue in there, like ribs with mac and cheese. You could bring
book bags in the movie theaters.
Oh yeah. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I got that shout out to my mom. Cause yeah, we used to stop like yeah, what you want to eat? And yeah, we'll stop, get some food on the way.
What you want to eat is crazy.
For real, bro. So yeah, then like stop, get some McDonald's, get some KFC, get whatever, you know. So yeah, like as I said, like I'll go pick up food. Like maybe next time I go, I'll probably get me some Chinese food. I'll probably
this man right here.
Yeah. For real.
My mom, she had the purse, so it was like, you know, she put it in the purse. So I was like, for me, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I vividly remember my auntie taking me to see Monsters Inc. for like my 6th birthday and going to McDonald's and getting a big bag of nuggets and fries and whatever and putting it in her purse. So shout out to the food sneakers.
It's so crazy how like simple it is to like make a 6-year-old happy, bro. Like that just sounds like the best birthday ever.
Oh, it was perfect. You see it. You see I'm almost 30 and I still remember it right now.
She stuffed up a whole bag of McDonald's with nuggets and fries. So I'm just eating all the fries and McNuggets I can while I'm watching
Monsters Inc. in theaters.
Come on, bro. I don't know. But it's like the older you get, the more simple things like just like, you know, wow you too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like for me, it's like just making a good meal or making a dish. Like I made, like I said, I don't know. I probably said this on a pod a couple weeks ago when I did it, but I was so excited. It made my whole day. I successfully made beignets after like 3 attempts before. And I was just so excited when I made them and they tasted so good. I was like, bro, it made my whole day, man. The little things when you get older. Right. But yeah, fellas, where can people find you guys and any last thoughts once again?
_ Jelani, JELANI, 2 underscores at the end on Twitter. or Twitter or whatever you call it. I call it Twitter. If you call it X, cool, but I'm always call it Twitter. So yeah, catch me on there.
You can find me at RBMo on __ on the gram. Monos _ on X, and Rubberband Mo on TikTok. So yeah, and then shout out to Smino. Been rocking with him a lot lately.
Yo, shout out to Samara Sin, bro, who's opening for Smino on this tour right now. And her verse going crazy. It's going viral from the last joint with Overcast. And she like, Rashi, feel like you owe me some money. Shout out Samara Sin. She been working for the last couple years, and like she breaking through. I appreciate that. So salute to her. And you know what I'm saying? She a pretty girl, but she rap like, you know what I'm saying? She rap like she ugly. I salute all of us for getting through it 2 hours without mentioning Kanye West talking about his cousin. And yeah, man,
that's hilarious. I definitely was just gonna randomly ask y'all think about that, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let that one slide for now.
It's like everybody said, it explains a lot, and then it's also like, you know what I'm saying. I do think though, I feel like stuff as a kid, bro, it don't count, but like 14 is kind of old. Like I feel like anything after 11 is kind of old. 10 really, to be honest. Anything after 10 is kind of old for like you to be, you know what I'm saying, wild, and like you're conscious at that point of what you're doing. Like 7, 8, I ain't even gonna lie, you get a pass. It's wild, but you get a pass. You don't really know what you're doing. 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, you know what you're doing, bro. You're wilding.
Yeah, it's a sticky situation. I'm gonna just say,
no pun intended.
No pun intended. It's crazy. I definitely respect them for being honest about it. Anything more than that, I don't even think I'm qualified to even speak on it, because it's, like I said, it's a interesting. Yeah, man. It's we're in a wild time right now. You couldn't have told me this when I bought graduation, when I stole graduation.
Facts. All right. Sound like that's about it.
I thought Mo was gonna say something. All right, I'll get out of here then.
That's a hilarious. That's a hilarious last topic to end on.
Y'all boys be easy. Peace.
Chicks on your peace, looking like weeds. Haven't